Setting up our meeting. For the Facebook Live. Caleb.
Hey.
I believe we're on episode 8.
The Ocho.
The Ocho.
The Ocho. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Can you believe it's been 8 weeks, man? Come on.
No. I'll tell you what we have to do, though. We need to thank our sponsor.
Well, you do that.
I'm going to do it. The I-20 team, Better Homes. They're in Hideaway in Lindale. There's no way we could have been on number 8 without their support, their love, their dedication, not only to our podcast and our webcast, but to everyone looking for a home in the Lindale, Hideaway Lake area, East Texas area. It's all about them. It's all about you. They take care of you like they've taken care of us. We've got Kyle the intern as well. Kyle, how are you, buddy boy?
I'm doing well.
I really want to poll any listeners that we have to see who wants, if we do these Zoom calls, like, I want to put Kyle on the spot. I think he needs to be on video.
Well, I think he'll get on.
Not today.
We had a snippet of him last time we were on a Zoom call.
Yeah.
So we're on Zoom today.
Yeah, we got to be on Zoom today. And let me tell everyone, we won't go into too much detail. That's what we were just talking about before we started here. Look at my background. There you go, boys. We might have been in contact. Kyle and I might have been in contact with someone who might have the COVID.
And see, last time we were on this is because I was in contact with somebody, a family member that had COVID. That's right.
So we're just kind of going right now,
I feel like every episode we talk more and more about COVID, but it's kind of one of those things that's on everybody's minds right now. It's on my mind all the time.
Yeah, you've got to pay attention to it. It's the hot news right now.
Yeah.
It's the hot news right now. What did you do this week, Caleb? Did you have a good week?
Yeah. So this week was my first week back at work after I was having to be quarantined for a little while because my mother had COVID. So we had to stay put, work from our home office. Oh Lord, I just did something to my computer. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, we had to work from my home office for about 10 days. So So we hit the road this week, starting on Monday, and we did our normal, about 350, 400 miles a day trek all week long. That was my week. So how was your week?
My week was fine. I was in the office, got to see a lot of people, unfortunately. No, I'm kidding. I like everyone I work with. Got to see Kyle the intern and his beautiful hair, his beautiful face.
God, his hair is getting long, huh? I saw both y'all on Friday. I was in the office on Friday and saw both of y'all. Kyle's got some dirty locks going.
He does. So yeah, it's been a good week. I mean, got to spend some time with the family this weekend. That's always important. But It's just sad. My second family, you guys, we don't get to be in person.
No, not very often. No. Well, I look forward to our weeks, all getting together and having honey talk and stuff like that. But, it's just not going to happen this week. I won't be doing a podcast with my friends, and it's not looking like I'll be going into a bar this week either.
Yeah.
Probably not flying on an airplane. There's a lot of things I'm going to be doing this week. So,
were you planning on flying on an airplane this week?
No, I had no plans. I was just throwing that out there as an example of things that I won't be doing.
So, were you? Do y'all have any vacation planned? Kyle, Kyle's muted. I don't know if Kyle knows he's muted. You have to unmute yourself, Kyle.
I'm unmuted. I'm letting y'all talk. It's y'all's show, remember? Jeff and Caleb.
I was just letting you know. Do you have any vacations planned? You
No,
boys
I have
are-
no vacation. I have no vacation days left for like 3 more months.
I'm the
I'm-
same.
I'm gonna do I'm planning like a a few day RV trip here in the next couple weeks, few weeks is what I'm trying to do. No, I don't. No, I don't have one.
Huh.
Yeah, but no,
RV trip.
huh?
You don't have an RV.
Well, I can get one. There's people that'll rent theirs out. We want to try it, see if that's something we want to do. Tina's got a cousin that's got one that he's, we're thinking about maybe buying from him or something, but I want to make sure it's what I want. I really want a motorhome. I want to be able to drive. See, that's the thing. Do you get a fifth wheel or do you get a motorhome? Because I want a motorhome.
Yeah.
Because my idea of like a perfect trip would be to get in the motorhome, get in the driver's seat, and drive until we get there. Correct? I mean, that's what I'm used to. I drive 400 miles a day. That's nothing to me to drive, a long time. So to me, to go on a trip and go straight there, and like if the kids need to go to the bathroom, they can go back there and go to the bathroom. If they want a snack, they can go back there and get a snack. They can watch TV and stuff while they're back there, just road dog it. That's what I want to do. But Tina thinks that she wants to go the fifth wheel route. So
No, that sounds fun. I've always wanted to do that too, and I don't know anyone that has a motorhome, an RV, anything like that. So, that would be fun. Maybe a trip for 3 of us. I don't know if all the families and stuff. That's a lot of people. That might be a fun thing to do. Maybe do some road podcasts.
Road podcast, yeah, that would be fun. I could do that just during the day at any time you want to.
Well, let's try it sometime. You never know what'll happen.
Yeah.
You might never know what could come about. You may find another pig on the road.
Man, you find some interesting things in the places that I travel to. Did your family travel a lot growing up? Did y'all go places?
We did. I feel like we did one big trip a year.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking big trips. We'd go to Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
We'd go to the Northwest, like Seattle. My parents, right before I was born, they went to Germany. So like once a year, that was like what you worked up to. They didn't do like a bunch of little trips. It was always just like one big thing. We'd go skiing.
Man, let me tell you, our trips growing up were, so there's 8 kids in my family.
How did you do that?
Well, it was, there's some good stories in there. There are some good stories in there in that trip memory.
Yeah.
Jodan, that's my stepdad, he was a banker. But he also had side businesses. He'd have some, he'd dabble in cattle. He had a used car lot always. He was always buying and selling something, that would kind of get us, he had his normal job, then he had to have extra money to raise 8 kids, if you can imagine how many gallons of milk we went through every week and how many pounds of hamburger meat, good Lord, I can't imagine. Like I can't even keep toilet paper stocked in my house of 4 during a pandemic. I can't imagine, what.
How do you think your family would have handled it when we were growing up? We both went to Lindale. I graduated in 1997. You graduated in 01, 02, something like that.
01, yeah.
How do you think our families would have handled the pandemic back then? Because I feel like it would have been horrible.
No, I don't think it would have been, Jeff, because things I think would have been a lot different because you didn't have social media back then.
Yeah, exactly. No internet.
No, we had dial-up. Remember dial-up?
Oh yeah.
We would try to get on AOL, and what we would do is it was kind of after dinner, we go in there, we'd hit that old dial-up button, then we go take our showers and stuff. By the time we got done with that, we could get on the interwebs and talk to our friends on AOL Messenger.
Oh yeah.
With our screen names, like Donkey Kong 1105 and those type of things. And we would, that's only, we talked to each other like that and on the phone. But I don't think it would have been the same thing this pandemic if it had been back then because there was no internet.
You sound like that.
Yeah. You remember that, don't you? And then the most exciting thing in the world was that you got mail. Oh man, you heard that and it was a real deal.
Oh yeah, that noise right there that you can hear in the background, that was like like Pavlov's dogs. You hear that, you're like, I'm getting ready.
Oh man.
See, Kyle, he's so young. He grew up in that. I mean, I feel like Kyle, you just had internet. Like you went to high school, blah blah blah. You had internet.
I remember the dial-up. I had that. I was a little kid when that first came out.
Were you?
Yep, playing the backyard baseball. That was my favorite game on the computer.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh man. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So we would go on trips. We would take things with us. Like JD, man. That sucker. He'd drag a trailer full of flip flops with us to Florida, and he'd sell them on the way to pay for our trip. Or I think I remember one time he loaded up a bunch of watermelons on an 18-foot trailer, and as we were going to Florida, he'd pull over and sell some watermelons, just to. I mean, God dog. I mean, you talking about going to a Cracker Barrel with 10 people, boy. I mean, that's a lot, If
you're wondering why I'm laughing, Caleb, you just did the biggest, U-turn from the dial-up conversation back. You went back to the vacation. I love it. I love it. Now it looks like.
Oh, well, you want to know why I did that? Because, oh man, my internet.
No, you're good. You're good. I think you're okay for now. Although your face looks frozen.
Well, my internet is kind of, is it still frozen? Because my internet is trying to come back on me a little bit. But the reason I switched it up a little bit though, because Christina was texting me saying that we were boring her and we need to pick it up. She says you need to be more engaged and talk, LOL, was the text message that she sent me.
Well, see, I think
how many times we have to say not for her to not to text you?
Yeah.
I feel like Kyle has got a lot of hostility between Kyle and Christina. And
I'm just not the biggest fan of how she texts you mid-show and you look at your phone and read her text messages and let her get to you.
The new name of the show is going to be "Let's Talk About It" with Jeff and Caleb. And sometimes when Christina texts Caleb of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But here's the great thing is that what we're talking about now. It's not even on our list of subjects that we are talking about tonight. We've got some great things planned. We're going to be talking about smoking meats, something that Caleb's a professional in. We're going to be talking about what Kyle's sitting on. That's going to take a few minutes. What Kyle's sitting on, maybe some baseball, and what movies do you always watch when they come on? So if you're watching at home, which I know, we got about 1,000 of you. Even in Brazil, there's probably some fans. Be sure to comment on our Facebook page where you're watching. Whatever you bring up, we'll talk about. We're not scared.
But hey, let me say something real quick. I will say I do agree with the old Tina. I'm sitting on my new recliner here that I just got for free, and I am about to pass out because I was expecting a good vacation story from Caleb, and that was like C grade for what Caleb tells at the office sometimes. So, I will throw that out there.
All right, Kyle. So the new subject is, what are you sitting on? And Caleb's gone.
I just told you.
Well, yeah. Tell us a little bit about this. You got a new recliner?
New to me, yes. I got a free recliner today because I'm moving out of my house soon that I've been renting. So I'm trying to add up the furniture.
Gotcha. So do you have plans on where you're moving?
Nope.
So there you go. People watching.
I have a week.
Uh-oh. A week and you're going to be homeless.
Something will pop up, man. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't worried about it.
Okay. So
I drive a F-150 and the back seats are pretty big. So worst case.
Kyle, I think no matter what, you've got a lot of friends, you got a lot of people who love you, and they'll make room for you. Now we do have an extra room at our house, but Kyle, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's going to work.
I was on a couch hop for a little while.
You can come sleep in the man cave, Kyle.
I've already been asking people at work if I could crash at their house a day or two a week. You know, I'm gathering some houses to where maybe for a couple months I can just sleep on people's couches and not have to pay any rent or anything.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
Barry Prince just commented, "Why do I look like the character from Blue's Clues?"
Oh, that's great.
Does he mean the new guy or the old guy? Because there's a new guy that's, he's a little bit more musical, a little bit cooler. Now I don't know, there's a couple of them that I don't get. And then Jay McGow says, in a van down by the river, Kyle. In a van.
Hey, man, I tell you what, I really think that if I was single without kids, I think I would Airstream it nowadays.
Oh man, Kyle, yeah, here we go.
I would get a camper, and some of these campgrounds that you look at are so freaking awesome. I really think that that's what I would do.
Well, that's what my parents do, Caleb.
Well, do they enjoy it?
My mom lives in a camper in Longview, and my dad lives in a camper in Anahuac right now.
Yeah, I would love it. I lived in a camper for a little while whenever I was building a house to live in, and I loved it. So, it was during the winter and the heater went out and everything, and that wasn't so great. But other than that, I loved it. I thought it was so much fun.
Kyle, there you go. You can do it, man. And then you can just always live where you are. You can take it wherever you need to go.
Wherever you want. Just think about that. You could go wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I like it. This is you can't see it. I can't take my background back. I was just wondering, Barry mentioned that Blue's Clues, guys. Let me see if I can show it to you. Is that the one he's talking about?
Yeah, I believe if you shaved your beard off, you would definitely look like that guy, kind of, sort of. I don't know.
Hey, I don't know if I see that. I don't know if I see it.
I think there's
Blue's Clue or whatever his name is. Blue?
Like Blue the dog?
Yeah, Blue the dog. Caleb.
What?
Someone brought up as well that you enjoy smoking meats.
Oh, boy, I sure do.
What was the last thing you smoked? How did you get into this? I know you're on professional level here. You go to cookouts and contests and stuff like that, right?
I've been to some contests back in the day, but I haven't done that in a really long time. Now, me and my brother smoked, we smoked a lot of meat yesterday. Let me tell you, we cooked, we started out today with hamburgers and hot dogs. Yeah, for lunch. And then we cooked some Osaka ribeyes.
Okay.
Slow smoked on a wood smoker, with some jalapeno poppers. We had some stuffed jalapenos with cream cheese and breakfast sausage wrapped in bacon.
Goodness.
Smoked those for a little while. Yeah, we had a good old meat fest yesterday, and I finished it off this morning. The leftover steak for lunch. We made some steak tacos.
What was the occasion? Just to do it? Saturday.
Yeah, it was just a Saturday. So
Man, I love that about y'all.
Yeah, we it was a good day. That's what we did yesterday. But just in high school, or I guess when we got out of high school, me and all my buddies, we were always cooking and grilling, and I had a chance with a couple of friends to go and do some few cooking competitions that I thought was fun. On some smoker trailers and things like that. We did some team competitions, and I learned a lot.
Were you sponsored by people?
No, man, it was just like FFA events, and nothing big. It was just little like community cook-offs.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I'm not near good enough for that for the guys that are actual professionals. Man, that's those guys are intense.
Well, you sound intense to
So
me. You know, all like the like I've called you before. I've called you
yeah,
before while I'm smoking meats. I never know how it's going to turn out. You seem to just always know. Is this
yeah. Well, I mean, I've smoked, probably I don't know how many briskets I've smoked. I mean, my lord, my uncle is really good at it. My dad's brother. He had a website. I think he still has it. It's called Ron's Redneck Recipes, where he's got some recipes online, and he's got he used to he used to cook for events. He'd come out and he'd smoke a brisket for you and cook some of his old recipes. My dad's really good. My brother's a good cook. My mom's a good cook. I mean, the Middleton men, we just all really enjoy smoking the meats.
That's what
So,
have you ever thought about selling stuff that you cook, opening a restaurant, anything like
no,
that?
we had my family had a candy store there for a little while, for about, I don't know, 12 years, 15 years, something like that.
The Lindale Candy.
We had the Lindale Candy Company. I think I've mentioned that before, and now a family called the Kegels has it. But in that we had a little deli style restaurant in there. So it was fun, but I don't think I could ever be in the restaurant business. There's too much to it.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I can because I don't know how to cook anything.
And you make good meat. I've seen it. I've seen you do it. I haven't tasted any of it, but it looks good.
No, it's usually okay. I wouldn't say I'm a professional. Andrea would tell you, my lovely wife, she would tell you that I'm always critiquing it. Like it's never good enough. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
get
I'm
it.
the same way.
Yeah, the last one I did, I was like, okay, this is pretty good. But then part of it, I was like, this part, it's a little too done, or it's a little too whatever. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's if anyone watching is a meat connoisseur, smoking connoisseur, please give us your secrets. But I think Caleb, you might be the best one that I know personally.
Well, man, I appreciate that, but I just make it. Sometimes I ruin it, and sometimes I don't. That's
That's
just
like
try to
me.
get lucky. Yeah.
It's good to see.
Anyway,
It's good to see old Chelsea Lowermore. Hopefully, Chance is watching.
heck yeah.
Two of our favorite people.
Hey,
they're really with dreams.
did you know? Okay, so did anybody see? Did he wear shorts to that wedding last night? So Chance, did you know about that? Did you go to lunch with us the other day? So Chance, like, he's a real light skinned fellow that we hang out with. He's a little bit of a ginger, and so he had to go to a wedding. Oh man, I want him to answer one of us.
Why do you think he was wearing shorts?
Okay, listen, he just for the fun of it, because he wants to get a leg tattoo, he put some fake leg tattoos on his legs, and then and then was in a wedding that he was saying he's gonna have to wear shorts in the wedding with his fake leg tattoos on that like stay on for several days. And I just want to know if that actually happened.
I've seen the leg tattoo or the tattoos that he liked. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he wants a they call it a leg sleeve, right? Or a sock. What is it called? Yeah, it's like a tattoo that's like most of the way up your leg.
I know him and Kyle, the intern, have talked about this, and I've seen some of the designs that they've looked at. Kyle, any inside info on this stock information? I don't know if you've got one.
Yeah. No, I don't have any, but yeah, no, he wants to get, I think he called it a sock, like just, I forgot the name of it, but basically just kind of random tattoos on his leg, that calf area that kind of make like a sock.
Yeah, but did he have to?
When he had one you wear that. Yeah, I think he had to wear shorts. One of the tattoos looked really good, and they last like 2 weeks. It's like I got it from this website, put it on. They last like 2 weeks. The first one he did on the back of his calf like turned out really well, like looked like a legit tattoo. And it was like a skull. Then the second one was like a fox holding a surfboard, and he kind of put it on his ankle area. And that one did not turn out very well. Like it was faded, did not look good. But after he put that one on, he came back in the office and he was like, "Dang, dude, I just remembered that I have a wedding this weekend that I have to wear shorts to." And we're looking at his tattoos, and I was dying laughing. He was like, even my wife forgot about that. She brought it up to me like the other day. So I don't know. It was pretty.
Okay.
It was pretty funny.
Now I understand the story. Now, yeah, I want to know if he. I saw it on Facebook that they went to a wedding, but I couldn't tell if he was wearing shorts. It looked like he's wearing maybe jeans or something. I'm not sure. But if we can get some background on that, if he was wearing shorts, I want to know what people's reaction were to the temporary tattoo.
Yeah.
Although
right.
I like that, it's not you don't have to put too much commitment into that. That's good.
It's 2 weeks though. I want to do it. I want to do one. I want to get one on my leg.
Caleb,
I was looking at buying some.
Yeah, I want
They're
some.
like $12, some of them. 12, 15 bucks.
Okay.
What'd you say, Jeff? What were you fixing to ask?
I was gonna say, where would you put a tattoo if y'all got a tattoo?
On my calf?
You would put it on your calf.
Yeah, I want a calf tattoo.
I was
Kyle,
gonna try a face tattoo.
Yeah, that's a good one to try for your first tattoo, just a face tattoo. Why not?
Yeah, it only lasts a couple weeks.
like
See what kind
the
of looks I get.
Like the Mike Tyson one? Oh, man. How about Mike Tyson coming back to fight, though? That's a real thing,
Oh.
right?
yeah.
Roy Jones Jr.
Right. When is this fight going to happen?
I'll watch it.
I'm going to watch it 100%.
I don't know. Let's look at it. Anyone know when the Mike Tyson? Let us know. I'll try to look it up here. Kyle, the intern, may be on that, but
Nope, I'm not.
dude, that's
Mike's real disengaged, I feel like. September 12th, exhibition match.
that. I mean, as I think he's 50-something years old.
Yeah.
Roy Jones Jr. probably in his late 40s, maybe. I can't remember.
I think he's 50 something as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he? I'll still watch it. I don't care.
Hey, I think I'm going to be in Biloxi on a fishing trip then.
Oh boy, you messed that
No,
up.
I'll be back on the 11th, right?
There
Driving
you go.
back. Yeah, so I'll be back that Saturday. That's a Saturday night. So we're gonna have a get together pending how COVID's going that week.
We always
because
it's running our world.
hey, I did read an article today though that did say the CDC has now changed the guidelines on quarantine. Did you read that?
No. What is it?
Well, I don't really remember all of them, but it said something about 10 days and you're free to go back in the world as soon as you're fever free for 24 hours. Which if I remember right, it's the same quarantine as a stomach virus, if I can remember right. Because I was always told after 24 hours of fever, you can go back to school. That used to piss me off really bad.
I didn't see that. So you're saying 10 days quarantine?
I'm pretty sure I've read it on Facebook, so I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a true thing.
Well, yeah, everything on Facebook is true. That's what I've learned. Everything on the internet you can find is probably just real. No one would put it out there if it wasn't real, right?
That's what I think. Yeah.
That's probably true. Have you?
Well,
What?
I'm excited about this Mike Tyson fight. I just want y'all to know. And the fact that he's going to be hosting Shark Week also excites me.
He's turned himself into a pretty entertaining guy, but I think when he first came out, again, Kyle was so young, he's probably not born yet. When he first came out, he was like just a destroyer. He was a little bit weird, maybe, just kind of like he was too intense for everyone. You never would have thought he would be in movies and hosting Shark Week.
Once he stopped talking about prison rape so much, people started forgetting about that. The whole prison rape thing really kind of tends to throw people off and out of your corner.
That will definitely do it. Will definitely do it.
But people do forget things. So, I think we've moved past it.
So last thing on Mike Tyson, I know apparently he also was like involved in he does a cartoon. I don't know if he does a voice for it. Like on cartoon.
I think I've watched that before.
Yeah,
Have you? No, I don't know what that is.
yeah. I don't even know the name of it or whatever, but he helps produce it and he helps make it. Mike Tyson, of all people, making a cartoon for people to watch. I don't think it's for a kids' cartoon necessarily, but
I really like him in all the Hangover movies.
oh yeah, of course, of course.
I
That's
really
what,
like those movies.
well, that's what I'm talking about. Is like no one thought he would have been like that, but I'm glad he is. People can turn their lives around. Hopefully, he's having a good life.
Yeah, man, he seems to be doing great. I mean, last time I talked to him, he was in good spirits. So,
Hey, speaking of good spirits, Caleb, uh, I know you're a big fan of the sport of the baseball.
yeah.
Kyle is a former baseball player for the University of Texas at Tyler, conference champ. Baseball's back. Have y'all watched any of the new baseball games that have come out? I just watched the Rangers today, lost again. Not a good start, 1-2. Are y'all excited about the return of baseball?
I've watched maybe 3 innings, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do like baseball, but, I watched Saturday, the Yankees and Nationals played. I watched it on and off, but I don't know. I don't usually ever really get into. I follow baseball just on ESPN and online and things like that. But I don't watch that many games. I follow them. I know the stats kind of what's going on until the playoffs. But it's because they always have so many games. I mean, this year they're only playing 60-something games. So I don't know. Some people say it's weird because they've got the fake fans and the fake crowd noises. I mean, that is weird, but I think a lot of these guys are used to playing for really small crowds, aren't they? I mean,
I don't know what a small crowd. I mean, I bet they average 25,000.
no. I'm talking about like when they're coming up out of college and yeah. I mean, and even in the minor leagues, I mean, you're talking about some small crowds, 1,500 people.
Yeah. I think for them, it may be a little weird, It's like
Even weirder to me to have those fake fans.
they're having what?
Those fake fans.
Oh, did you see that on one of those games? They're putting the people, not the computer generated ones.
Kyle, are you building a birdhouse?
No.
Oh,
Why?
there's just some noises going on, like you might have been building a birdhouse.
I just threw a water bottle across the room.
He's trying to do,
I was trying to make it in the trash can, didn't make it.
Yeah, you didn't make it, okay?
yeah, it sounded like you were building a birdhouse. I couldn't agree with that. No, but that's one thing I like about the baseball season. Honestly, I think for me, I always start the season strong. I watch it, man. I'm in for the first month and a half or so, and then a few months later, football starts, and I'm all in. And I kind of forget about baseball until, like you said, the playoffs. So the 60-game season, I'm all in on that. I'll watch probably half the games, give or take. Not every inning, but I'll watch it.
You know what I'm not a big fan of though?
What's that?
16 teams can make the playoffs, which I understand shortened season. So, like the Nationals would have not made the playoffs last year and they won the World Series. But I really hope it's not a next year thing, like where they play a full season and 16 teams over half the league makes the playoffs. I'm not a big fan of that. I think you need to earn the playoffs, not half the league.
Yeah, why are they doing that?
Well, this year it's because it's only 60 games. And like teams like the Nationals last year would not Nationals and the A's would have not made the playoffs.
I got you. How many normally make the playoffs?
10.
See,
with the wild card.
With
With the wild card game.
Okay. So that's why everyone's saying, maybe the Rangers have a chance. They're probably in last place already, but you never know.
Yeah, never know. We'll just see what happens.
Well, if you're a big fan of the baseball and you're watching, be sure to comment on how many games you're watching. Because because I don't think anyone else is really watching. So my wife and daughter are getting ready to leave to go eat dinner with some friends. I guess we're not going. I guess I'm not going, so I'm on the podcast.
What's this deal about these UFOs? Hey, Sweet D.
You got to get closer because it's got a virtual background. There you go.
Jeff's not invited to go eat dinner or what?
It's for the girls.
Okay.
Even better.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to show them to you, but I guess they're leaving. Yeah. So Caleb, I'm building a birdhouse back here. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
It was a treasure chest with shells in it. So according to some former government employees, they had a meeting with all these defense companies and things like that, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, all this stuff. Well, apparently one of them came out and said, in short, after leaving the Pentagon, this guy said, yeah, there's pretty much aliens. We've seen these things that they've built. We've studied them. Yeah, there's aliens, and they've got ships, they've got technology, and they're here. What do you think about that? Do you believe that? Do you believe that there's aliens?
I've never seen one. I don't know. I mean, we talked about the ghost thing, last week or so, and
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen one of those either. I mean, could be.
Yeah.
There's Joe Rogan has a really good podcast with a guy that apparently used to work in one of those facilities in Area 51. I'm researching his name right now. I'm getting with some buddies to get his name, but I listened to it and it was a really good podcast.
Well, this guy's name that had the news apparently was Luis Elizondo.
Bob Lazar.
Oh yeah, there's a whole thing about him on Netflix. There's a whole thing, yeah. Joe Rogan is moving to Texas. I wonder if we can get him on our podcast.
Dude, the biggest podcast in the world. He's moving down to Texas.
Well, we don't know what part of Texas, though. I mean, Texas is a pretty big state.
He's moving the Austin area.
Well, that makes sense.
There you go.
Any of the people that leave California want to move to a city that's just like California.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Austin's definitely it here in Texas. So at least here's the exact quote. Luis Elizondo confirmed that UFOs are real. They exist and they have been officially documented. I'm a little bit weirded out by that. There's been for years, there's been people that say, oh, look, there's a spaceship. There's a video of a spaceship. But I'm a little worried as to what's going to happen. I don't know if the probing is going to.
Oh, come on, man. Really? It could happen. Nothing in this society right now will surprise me. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, dude, come on. If you were to think about this crap, like all this stuff that you read about every single day, like we would have never in a million years thought it would happen. And now we're like, we see it on the news or something. We're like, okay. And just keep scrolling to find your favorite hat. Like you're on Facebook, right? And you get on Facebook and you're like scrolling through and you see something that could be like the biggest news story in the world. Like I'm thinking today, like I'm just scrolling through here today and you can't get too political, but I'm scrolling through today and I'm like, I see this little video snippet of Los Angeles, like where the rioters and everything were. Well, I thought it was Los Angeles. And
the thing right now is Portland.
Yeah, Portland's the big one right now.
It's crazy.
Well, the thing is like, okay, so you're seeing like all this destruction. It looks like a zombie movie of nothing but cop cars that have been destroyed, and it says "kill the pigs" and all this, and people see that, and then they just scroll up to the next thing. Does that not blow your mind? It blows my mind. Like we are trained to just scroll to the next best thing. Like you might see a bunch of cops getting killed, one thumb movement, and the very next thumb movement, you're seeing some dogs jump on trampolines.
Yeah. No, I think, yeah, we're in that, whatever you call it, to where cell phone and where you get your news, it's all about what's next. It's got to keep you it's got to keep you involved. It's got to keep you intrigued.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty. I'm obsessed with it. Like I sit here, the very first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I look at like Facebook or something.
Oh yeah. First thing.
I mean, I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And so it's just crazy to me. But anyway, the UFO thing, I don't know, man.
No, I'm hoping Will Smith is ready. Will Smith is ready to get in an alien spaceship and protect us.
Tommy Lee Jones isn't doing so hot out here. And Regis Philbin died. What the hell is that about? Did you see that?
I did.
Did I just go out of left field here? But I just thought about it.
No. No. That's to me, that's a big deal. It sounds ridiculous. All I've seen him do is host television shows.
I mean, yeah.
He's a big part of your life.
He is, but you know what's crazy? I mean, I don't know. That's another. I will get on a soapbox about the Facebook because and everything else. That's just like everybody's talking today about Regis Philbin dying, but there's Christina just brought me something to drink. So
another delivery.
Thank you, Christina. Kyle does not hate you, by the way.
No. It's part of the podcast. It's just a character.
We're reading nothing but about the rioting and the Regis Philbin stuff. But then, I mean, we just don't hear much about the other stuff. Like, like there's all this sex trafficking stuff that's happening in the United States. Like, what is that all about?
Yeah.
So anyway.
And I know there's people talking about it and bringing awareness to that, but all you see on the news is, I don't like Trump, or I don't like this, or whatever. So it's social media, as we said before. It's great.
Yeah.
We're able to do this podcast that millions of people watch, and we can talk about it. But it's also horrible. I hate it.
You hate what? You hate doing this podcast?
No, I hate the social media and people putting stuff out there. And it's like, I don't want to see that. I'm glad you can do it like a mute button and all that stuff.
Yeah, but you know what? We're doing our part, Jeff. We're doing our part to get out there and make people aware of things that are important, like Regis and spaceships and such.
Well, you know what else is important, Caleb?
Huh?
So a couple nights ago, I'm flipping through the TV. I had enough of social media. I had enough of reading the Facebook. I had enough of Portland riots. So I'm flipping through the TV. I'm flipping through the cable. And lo and behold, I get on, I think it was Sci-Fi Network. I've got the cable. I get on the Sci-Fi Network. And you know what's showing on TV?
What?
The movie Apollo 13.
Oh, such a good movie. But you have the Sci-Fi Network? Like you have TV like that nowadays still?
Yeah, I've got cable. So we didn't have it for a long time, but we got it again, and mainly for like live sports.
Yeah.
So this Apollo 13 was on, and it made me think of the podcast, and I wrote it down. I wrote it down in my little journal that I keep with me all the time to write down ideas for the podcast. And it made me think, anytime Apollo 13's on, I watch it. I don't know why. I've seen it 150,000 times, but I watch it every time it's on. So it made me think, for you and Kyle the intern, what are some of the movies, and even people that are watching, please give us some comments. What are some of the movies that are on that you always watch? If you see them on TV, you're always going to watch them. What is it for you?
Man. I've got a weird, like I'm always going to watch movies like, what is that with Brad Pitt, Trouble with the Curve?
So Trouble with Brad Pitt was the one with
No, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah.
So any movie that Clint Eastwood is in, I'm gonna watch it.
Really?
Yeah, every time. And I always watch Oh Brother Where Art Thou. I don't know why.
Oh,
If it's on, I watch it.
it's a good one. It's
And
because of the music and everything.
I mean, there's so many of these movies, Jeff. We can go on and on. I mean, Rocky movies, every one of them.
Every time they're on, you watch.
Yeah, and most Marvel movies, I'll watch them if they're on. My favorite is Guardians of the Galaxy, both of them.
Oh, humor's great. So we're getting a lot of comments. And boy, just light it up. We've got Christina, of course. Remember the Titans?
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah,
God.
yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
Okay. Spaceballs. Jay McGowan. Oh, stop.
Who threw that one out there?
Jay McGowan.
Jay McGowan. He would say Spaceballs.
Baseball. I haven't thought about Spaceballs on I haven't been on in a while, Jay.
Oh man, it does come on. I've seen it on one of the things that we watch.
Probably Sci-Fi Network.
Dude, I mean, you know what I watch? I'm watching Deadliest Catch right now, and I'm completely addicted to it.
Oh, you wanted to put that in our background last week.
I did. It's on right now. I've got it paused because I've been hiding out in the man cave watching it today.
Who's Sarah Holloway? Do you know Sarah?
Yeah, I know Sarah. I used to work with Sarah at EMS, and she was married to a friend of mine for a little while there.
Sarah's got one Clint Eastwood movie, Gran Torino.
One of my favorites. 1,000% one of my favorites. Yeah.
And then she lists I definitely agree with her on this one, Braveheart.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. And the thing about Clint Eastwood movies, though, is I'm just such a huge fan of him, and I'm going to be so sad one of these days if hope floats. Christina, get out of here with that garbage.
what?
I'm going to be so sad. We're getting all this information now about all these celebrities that are being a part of this child trafficking. You've seen that. And if one of the celebrities that I really like is involved in that, then I'm going to have a hard time. I'm really going to have a hard time if I hear about Clint Eastwood doing something like that. Because, I'm hearing about like Lady Gaga and people, and well, that's expected from them, whatever. But if somebody like a real person, because Lady Gaga is an alien, but if a real person.
One of my favorite Clint Eastwood movies that I always watch when it's on is Unforgiven.
Yeah.
That one's probably one of my favorites. I love that movie. He's just quiet, and he's just he just doesn't talk much, and then all of a sudden flips the switch, and there he is.
What about Django?
Django Unchained? Yeah, that's an entertaining. I love Quentin Tarantino movies.
Every one of them.
If a Quentin Tarantino movie is on TV, I usually watch it.
No, I will watch it. The ones with the girl with the machine gun on her leg, that's a good one too.
Pulp Fiction. I always watch Pulp Fiction.
That's not the movie I was talking about.
No, it's not, but it's
yeah. But yeah. Those are movies that get me excited though. Quentin Tarantino movies, all of them. I really like them.
Anthony Brzezino says that Tom Hanks was one of those guys you were talking about. He even has an ankle monitor on because of it.
I know, and that's why I don't watch any of his movies anymore, Anthony.
It's not true, is it?
Yes, it's true. I'm telling you. Look it up. Read about it. Yes. I'm telling you. Christina told me about it today. It's a real thing going on right now. Celebrities are, I don't know, drinking blood and stuff or something. I don't know. Look it up.
Boy, this is not something that I was ready for. Tom Hanks is like up there for me.
Tom Hanks, really? Tom Hanks, isn't he like one of these people who worship science? Isn't he a Scientologist?
I think they all do.
I don't worship science.
I didn't say you did. I think they all do.
I'm a celebrity and I don't worship science at all.
Kyle, I want to know what Kyle watches when it's on. What movie when you're flipping through, Kyle?
Major League.
Oh, I could, Kyle. Yeah. I could quote you that whole movie.
Yeah, Major League is a really, really, really good one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, and I know this guy, Patrick, his name's Patrick Cunningham. He's probably not watching. This guy I used to work with. Let me ask you about this movie. What is y'all's feeling about Field of Dreams?
Yeah,
It's an okay movie, pretty good movie.
it's okay. It's not something I will flip past the Field of Dreams.
Okay.
I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
I do like it. It's kind of like The Sandlot to me. I've really got to be in the movie for that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I like Field of Dreams. I think it's a great one.
Yeah, feel good sports movies, man. It's up there with like Hoosiers.
I always watch Hoosiers when it's on.
My father-in-law, Jim, he loves Hoosiers. I think that man can watch that movie every day.
I think to me it's one of the greatest sports movies definitely of all time. It might be the best one of all time.
It is. I really think so. But
Man.
I mean, I grew up watching Westerns. My dad, okay, oh man, this dude, GJ, man, GJ Middleton. He, back when you could record things on tape, he made it a thing. He recorded every single episode of Rawhide. Every episode of Rawhide, every single one of them. And I'm pretty confident that I've seen in my lifetime every episode of Rawhide, every episode of Gunsmoke, and every episode of The Rifleman.
I was about to say, you remember The Rifleman?
Dude, every one of them. Bonanza. Bonanza's not his favorite, but he loves watching old Westerns. If you go to his house right now, if I were to walk into his house right now, he's either going to be watching the Golf Channel or he's going to be watching a Western.
Or
And
Fox News.
Huh?
Or Fox News.
No, he doesn't watch Fox News.
Okay.
He says if he can't learn about the news on the Golf Channel, he doesn't need to know about it. He's a retired cop, okay? He hates this crap.
I love it.
And I'm telling you, and he's such an a-hole that you will walk into his house. Let's say me and my kids go over there to visit. He won't even turn the TV down. He'll turn the Western up as we're sitting there. He doesn't.
Y'all shut up. This is my
He doesn't turn it off. You know, and they're like, I can remember as a kid going over to my grandparents' house, and I just thought my grandparents were so rude to us all the time. They're like, griping about the door being open and all this stuff. And I can just remember that. And my parents would get so mad at them. Why are you acting this way in front of my kids? Blah, blah, blah. Why do you act like you hate us even coming over? I remember that. Well, now, like we go over to your parents' house, and you're like the kids are griping because the slide water's not on the pool. So one grandparent says, well, turn the water hose on. And then the other grandparent starts griping about wasting water, type of thing. So that's Dad's thing. He'll just go in there and watch his Western. He won't even acknowledge that you're there if there's a good one on.
Leave me alone. My Westerns are on. My Western pictures are on.
Oh, yeah. It's hilarious.
So we do have some more people chiming in here. Sarah Holloway said Clint Eastwood, Sam Elliott, they're golden. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Jay McGow again, Me, Myself, and Irene.
That's a good one. I can see Jay watching that. That sucker's real goofy, that Jay McGow is.
Stephen Williams. Good to see you, Stephen. Says the Jason Bourne trilogy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
You could watch those over and over. Just him kicking tail. Sarah says Rudy.
Oh yeah, Rudy's a good one. And hey, there's so many. I mean, we can sit here and talk about movies. We can make a whole podcast about that. Feel good.
We may have to have Sarah on. She just said Tombstone as well, and that is an absolute shut down the night if that's on. If Tombstone's on, I'm watching.
Oh yeah, you're watching that. Yeah, you're watching that. And I mean, there's so many. Like I like some of these like your feel good Christian sports movies too. Like what's the one about that that huh? Well, that's a good one too. But I'm talking about the defensive player that played for or O lineman that played for Alabama or somewhere like that. Wore glasses. What was his name? Such a good movie. Hold on, I'll look it up.
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to tell you. It's called
you think about it, the only other one that I watch is Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love that movie. And every time it's on, and again, like I know we're in a different time and everyone has Netflix and doesn't have cable, but if I'm flipping through the channel, and that's on all the time, if I'm flipping through, I watch it, and I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but I watch it every time.
Can I tell y'all a story right quick about whenever I was in high school? What the Shawshank Redemption reminds me of, and my stepdad will get so mad at me for telling the story. I wish I could pull up a picture of him right now to put on the screen, so everybody can kind of get a name with the face. I don't know if there's a way to do that or not, but
Who is it? What's his name?
Jodon.
Oh, Jodon Terry.
Yeah, look at my mom's picture or her Facebook.
Yeah, I'll put his picture up. You go ahead.
Okay, so whenever we're in high school and we closed in the garage, right? Me and my brother Joe Bob, we closed in the garage. Yeah. Joe Bob was on the podcast last weekend. He called in, or we called him. Anyway, we closed in our garage. We had an awesome room. I mean, it's like one of those rooms where we're in the yearbook, because of our bedroom is so awesome, because it was like a man cave. But we always had people at our house. Like we would have, there's Joe, there's JD. You can't see him. It's not a good picture. It's not a good. You can't get a good view of it. Anyway, so there would always be, all my friends would be there. We'd have guys sprawled out on the floor. Me and Joe Bob had a bed beside each other. Yeah. And one time we would go in there and we'd watch movies. Well, I had like this big stereo system and everything that surround sound and all that. I mean, it was like a legit thing. We were watching Shawshank Redemption. Well, Jodon, he will fall asleep in the chair, and it'd be like one of these things, like he'll just like doze off like mid-sentence, and he'll wake up just pissed off, turn down the TV, type of thing, just like said that. And anyway, so all my friends are over there one night, and I don't know if it's like a generation thing, but he would always wear a V-neck white T-shirt with whitey tighties, and he would tuck his white T-shirt into his whitey tighties. Okay, and he'd walk around the house. He would walk around the house wearing that. He didn't care who. He still does it. You're liable to, at any given time, you're liable to drive by on Hideaway Lane East and see Jodon out there in his underwear watering plants. Like, he does not care. He cares not at all. So we're out there watching the movie in the garage, and it's Shawshank Redemption, and we're like 16 or 17 years old, and he'll come to the door and listen to see what we're listening at, and he storms in the door, and it's on a DVD, and he tells us, he goes, "You need to pop out that tape." And we're like, "Dude, it's a DVD." He goes, pop that tape out. You're not gonna have this porno playing in my house. And we're like, "Porno?" We're like, "Porno." He goes, "Pop it out, Caleb. Pop it out, Caleb." So, because, he was thinking it was a VHS tape, but it was a DVD. So up until this day, my friends that were there, I mean, we're in our late 30s now. And up until this day, when something is brought up, like, my friends still say, "Pop it out, Caleb," because that's what he just kept repeating over and over and over again. "Pop out the tape, pop it out." So I can't watch Shawshank Redemption without thinking of that from my.
Popping it out.
Yeah. So there you go. Welcome to my head.
That's good stuff. I was almost crying. I was laughing.
Because you just have to picture him like he's a big man, and he's like V-neck, deep V, white, tucked into some whitey tighties. He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
You asked if it was that generation. I don't remember my father doing that. Yeah, I feel like my father always wore slacks. Always.
Well, so did Jodon, but I'm talking about he slept in slacks.
I feel like he always did. No, he wore. I'm pretty sure my dad wore boxers, but he did have the V-neck. Always. Always.
Okay, that movie is called Greater, and it's about a Razorbacks player that walked on named Brandon Burlsworth.
Yeah. I've seen it, but I haven't seen it. I've heard of it. I've seen.
Man, you got to watch that movie, Jeff. It'll bring some tears to your eyes, old buddy.
What was the last movie you cried in?
I don't know that I cry. I don't think I've ever cried in a movie that I know of.
What about anyone watching? Is there any movie that the last movie to make you cry?
Oh man, I came close watching that movie with we were just talking about her drinking blood, but Lady Gaga. What is that movie called? Where they sing the music? What is that one movie? Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of the movie, but I know what you're talking about.
It was a sad one. Are you ever gonna sing us a song, Jeff?
That was it right there. That was it. That was my. I will sometime, maybe sometime.
Do you know that people don't know that you're actually a pretty good singer? I've YouTubed you singing the national anthem before. Did you know that's on YouTube?
Yeah, that was at UT Tyler.
Yeah, you sang the national anthem.
Yeah, A Star Is Born. Man, Sarah is on top of it right now.
A Star Is Born. Yeah, Sarah is on top of it.
Get out there, man.
Yeah.
Man, she's just on top of it. We're going to have a movie night with Sarah. Maybe she could host our next trivia.
When is our next trivia thing?
We may do it this week.
On Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Man, I love that.
No, but I appreciate you Googling and YouTubing me for the singing of the national. See the stars behind me, stars and stripes behind me.
Yeah, you changed your background. My
I did.
background is still Led Zeppelin, though.
It's good.
I like this. I really enjoy Led Zeppelin.
I know you do.
So, but yeah, man, it's just I feel like we've gotten off topic a little bit. We were supposed to talk about
No, well, the last thing I have, Mr. Caleb Middleton, Mr. Caleb Allen Middleton, you changed your name on the Zoom. That's good. The last thing I've got, we've been going a good while now, about an hour. Everyone's just riled up. But the thing that you made me think of when you mentioned Joe Don with his V-neck, being a little bit now that he's gray-haired and all.
yeah.
Does he use a CPAP machine?
Oh God, no, he doesn't, but he needs to. He needs it. He needs to go for it, Jeff.
Well, I was going to say, when people look at this video, they're thinking to themselves, man, those guys, those good-looking guys, Kylie intern, man, they're so good-looking. And they're so
in shape.
And in shape and young.
Dude, you look at me and you think a specimen of a man.
Just that's all they're thinking right now when they see this video.
Mm-hmm.
But would you know that 2 out of 3 of it sounds like an infomercial? We got diagnosed with the sleep apnea.
The sleep apnea. And I have the low T, which I'm almost positive is a direct directly caused by the what do you call it? Sleep apnea.
Yeah, the sleep apnea. Yeah, every night I'm using the CPAP machine. Here's why. Andrea, the lovely lady you saw earlier, said you snore. You snore too much. So I had to go get tested. Now I got this thing under my nose every night. My big nose under my nose every night. And
dude, mine's a full face. I had to get a full face mask.
Does it cover the beard as well?
Well, so it's got a little memory foam pad, so it covers my nose, and it goes down to here, and it's got a memory foam pad thing so that it doesn't like it contorts to my facial hair. So it didn't. I took last night was my first night with it.
Oh, so
and
did you sleep well?
I feel like I slept well. I remember I woke up a few times, just because it wasn't like that uncomfortable to me. It wasn't terrible. I mean, I sleep really hard anyway, but I think it's going to really take some getting used to.
Yeah.
So, but I think I don't think I slept that great because I was thinking about it. You know what I mean? But
I got you.
I don't know. I felt pretty rested this morning. I had a big thing on my face though.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. You'll go to, sometimes you come into the office at work, you'll come in and you'll have like CPAP face. I think everyone's got it. And it looks like Caleb's frozen. Oh, there you are. You're back.
Yeah, my bad. I thought you froze. Did you hear anything I said?
Yeah. You said you have a marks on your face.
Yeah. So when I woke up this morning, I think it looked like I had a freaking hickey on my face is what it looked like. So maybe I strapped it too tight. I don't know. I think I need to practice with it.
No, I think no, it'll make marks until I don't know. Mine sometimes makes marks, sometimes it doesn't. I I don't know what it is, but I guess we do that for the loves of our life. Now I know you were told you were supposed to use this a long time ago.
So long ago that my prescription expired. So I had over a year ago, I had an at-home sleep study test, which I call a torture test.
Oh, it was awful. I did one too.
It was terrible. It was
Hey,
terrible.
everyone 65 and up that's watching us right now is really enjoying this. They love it.
Well, I'm glad. But the sleep study, like, yeah, no wonder they think I have sleep apnea. They tortured me in my sleep for a week. I had cords wrapped around my neck. I mean, come on, guy.
Yeah.
But I do snore, and the older I get and fatter I get, the worse I snore. And I'll like wake up, and I sleep so hard that I will wake up in the middle of the night, or I won't. No, I won't. The next morning, and like Claire will be, my kids will be asleep on the couch because they don't sleep in their beds. That's a whole nother subject for next week.
Hey, if you're watching, we're coming back to parenting when your kids won't sleep in their bed.
Dude, next week, this CPAP thing, we're going to give it another week, and I'm going to update everybody because, Jeff, you hate it. You hate the CPAP, you say.
It's just that I wake up 2 or 3 times a night because it's like itching my nose or it's.
Is that I wake up 2 or 3 times a night just because my shoulder's falling asleep.
Yeah, so I slept better. For me, I slept better before I had the CPAP, but for my wife, it's way better that she now has a CPAP. She obviously because I'm not snoring anymore.
But did you feel it? Like, did you feel any different? Have you felt differently?
I don't feel different. I feel the same.
You don't feel tired, or you feel just as tired? I mean, what?
Same.
I don't feel like you get tired anyway, though, do you? Like, I see you throughout the day, and like if I worked with you for a long time at the office, like every single day during the quarantine stuff.
Yeah.
You were like peppy, like a cheerleader girl every day, all day.
Well, I feel like I'm always like that, but I also take the Adderall. Well, these people, they're going to love our medical.
Dude, no, but I'm talking about, here's my deal. Like, I get up in the mornings and I'm dead tired. I got to drag myself out of bed. By 10 o'clock, I can't drink enough coffee. By 2 o'clock, I'm freaking chasing a white monster, trying to slam a white monster just to make me have a good rest of the day. Because, I also travel a lot. So by 2 o'clock, I've eaten a rather large meal of some sort of a po' boy or a gumbo or a jambalaya or something that most people only eat once a year for a special occasion. Well, I eat that for lunch every day.
I got you. No.
Let's just talk about it, Jeff. I've got an eating problem.
What are you eating right now? You're not eating right now. I don't have any dinner, and I'm worried. I'm worried about what's going to happen.
We're fixing to have to get off of here so I can get something. I've had some Cheez-Its.
Well, listen, it's been a wonderful show. Kyle the intern, are you still awake in that new recliner you got?
I'm still here.
Good to talk to you. What is he watching right now? Are you watching Hoosiers?
No. I'm getting ready to cook pheasant. So.
Okay. He's lying.
No, I think didn't he go on that trip?
Yeah, I went on that trip. I still have some from November. Remember I told y'all that I'm trying to become a better cook. Been cooking a lot of steaks. Now I'm going to try out a pheasant tonight.
How are you preparing the pheasant?
I don't know yet.
You want some help with that, buddy?
I think I'm going to wing it.
Is it breasted out already?
Yeah.
Okay. If you're gonna wing it, wing it. If you want to know how to make it, then holler at me.
All right.
Well, boys, Kyle, I know you have had a good day. We've appreciated you being here, Kyle the intern, and your pheasant. Can't get those around here in Texas. Caleb.
Yeah.
You want to add?
Hey, yeah, we are are looking for music for our podcast, and I would love to find a local artist who would like to come up with a song for our podcast. So I want to share this around that, let's start getting it out there. That let's find an artist to write a song for our podcast. We'll change this up like once a month. We'll have a new artist on with a new song or anything they want to do. So I want to kind of get this trend started on that, start getting new music out there because I'm a huge music guy.
Yeah, if there's someone who wants to write our theme song, we wanted to kind of. Do you have a style you have in mind, Caleb? A little gritty.
I'm a rockabilly blues guy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be a theme song either, Jeff. We can just we can play a new artist every week, every month, whatever. Let's get them out there. We're trying to get out there and reach as many people as we can. These new upcoming artists are doing the same. So let's try to get it all out there and kill two birds with one stone.
Because it may look like we don't know what we're doing. Sometimes we don't. But, we've got quite a few views from our first 7 episodes. So, again, if you're a local artist looking to get your name out there, I know Lindale's the home of tons of musicians. East Texas is really. It's just one other way to get your name out there. I'm not saying you're going to sign you to a record deal or anything like that, but it's a chance. It's your chance.
Well, it's really a chance for us to play music for free with no chance of any copyright violations.
We're just looking out for ourselves. That's all. Get your music career.
Yeah, I'm not worried about any of that. I just don't want to fine. So, whatever.
Awesome, boy.
Yeah. Let's get that music out of here. Let's go. Let's get some dinner in us.
We hope y'all have a wonderful week.
Have a great week. Kyle, it's good seeing you, buddy.
Hey, good talking to y'all.
We'll see you next week. Well, let's talk about it.
That's a weird finger motion.
Yeah, it's hard I don't know which way to go. It's backwards.
Can I log off yet?
Yeah, we're done, buddy boy.
Is it still on?
Yeah, we're still going.
Oh, it's still live. When do we go not live? When can we talk amongst ourselves?
Whenever I stop it. You want me to stop it?
I don't know. Should
All
you
right.
stop it yet?